So you're thinking about moving to Orange County. And I know if you're thinking about moving to Orange County, you're probably Googling and you're probably trying to figure out what is Orange County really like.
You're watching TV and you're seeing, like, obviously shows perfectly depicting Orange County.
Yeah, the very realistic shows about Orange County. You're probably wondering, what do I need to know? And then you're also probably wondering, what is it really like to move? Because moving typically sucks.
It sucks.
So
Sucks pretty bad.
And I have to say that I would say most of the, articles out there, they're probably not that helpful. They're just, some, intern that's writing it and getting paid, $10 to do it. So, so what we're going to do in this video is we're going to give you 5 must-know tips if you are moving to Orange County, and you definitely have to stick around for number 5 because it's the most important.
What's up, everybody? I'm Dezahd.
And I'm Dezahd, and we're with Keller Williams Realty right here in Orange County, California. And if this is your first time to the channel, don't forget to press on the subscribe button, and don't forget to press on the bell so that you're notified every time we upload a new video, because we upload new videos every week, usually every Tuesday and Thursday, and these videos are all about what it's like to live in Orange County, California.
And as much as we do love making these videos, we are licensed realtors in the state of California. So what we love more is to help you with your real estate needs. So whether you're looking to buy or sell a home, what you want to do is you want to give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email.
Or you can reach out to us via WhatsApp. However you want to get a hold of us, we've got your back. So I would definitely say one major thing that you need to know if you're going to move here to Orange County is what area is right for you. Don't fall in love with the house. You've got to know the right area. So Sean, why is the particular area so important?
It's know why you're moving here, right? It's your specific lifestyle that you're looking to achieve, whether that's like being close proximity to work, if certain schools are important to you, if certain shopping, or being close to the beach. There's a bunch of different aspects of different areas that Orange County has to offer. And depending on what works for you, having a house is great, but you probably want it to be in the area that you ultimately want to live in. Yeah, so let's talk about commute, because Orange County, while I would say the traffic is better here than maybe San Diego or definitely Riverside, definitely LA, commute can be an issue. So if you live, let's say, in Yorba Linda, but you work in San Clemente, you've got to know that there's going to be quite a commute for that. Yeah, exactly. And then depending on your hours, obviously these days, people working, they're hybrid, they're fully remote working, or their job is such that they don't have to be in at a specific time at least, so they can avoid a lot of the crush of that whole traffic, that rush hour traffic stuff. But still, depending on where you are, if you live in the lower southwestern quadrant of Orange County, and then you're work in the northeastern quadrant, obviously that's going to be a commute. So it's one of those things you have to be mindful of. And there are toll roads that people can use to help alleviate, but of course that comes at a cost. So that's something you have to budget in if that's what you're looking to do. So that's where, again, it's really important. It depends on what it's working for you. Like some people, they may work at a hospital and they want to be out, obviously within a pretty short proximity because they might be on call. Totally get that. So you probably don't want to be moved, living that far away from there.
Mm-hmm. And we have dozens of videos on this channel about specific cities, specific areas of Orange County. So definitely check it out because, you may think, you have to live in Irvine, but maybe there's some other videos on our channel where you're like, oh, this city actually works better and it's closer to my work. Or
yeah, I can tell you that a ton of clients have reached out to me for wanting to move to Irvine, which I get because Irvine has a lot of notoriety. It's one of the most famous cities in Orange County. So of course people go, okay, I want to live in Irvine, which is great city. However, yeah, Irvine's fantastic. However, it's not the end all be all of cities to move to. Mm-hmm. There are a lot of alternatives to Irvine that could, really be more tailor fit for your own particular needs. So that's why I would definitely suggest, obviously just keeping an open mind because, again, I wouldn't pigeonhole yourself to just one spot.
Yeah, and that's why you definitely have to reach out to us because we know Orange County really, really well. So, you tell Sean, this is what I want, and he can offer you different areas and cities that might work for you.
Sure.
And definitely another thing you have to know in terms of the area, going to the area that's right for you as opposed to the house that's right for you, is that you cannot rely on mass transit here. We just do not have mass transit.
Sounds like we're in for a tricky commute.
Yeah, I mean, what we have is mass transit, the OC, traffic authority, like OCTA. Again, we have some Metrolink stuff. We have buses. That's about it. We do not have really. We're not in New York City where we have this great, amazing metro, setup. It's just not what we have here. I mean, I've had people reach out going, "Do you think I need a car?" And I'm like, "Yes." I mean, unequivocally, I don't know how you get around Orange County without a car. Like, I remember my mom was out without a car for a few weeks, and we're like, "Oh, what happened to her?" She's gone. It's just it was just one of those things where it's Uber's, obviously making your daily commute on Uber is incredibly expensive. So I wouldn't recommend that. It's just really tough.
We're gonna need a car.
So I would just say, just be prepared that if you don't have a car, you're going to need a car. Just assume that's going to be the case.
So another tip for you to know when you're moving here to Orange County is that at least at this moment, at the making of this video, is that you actually can shop for homes now. So talk about how the market has changed for buyers.
Yeah, so at the moment, again, this can change again. So we don't really know, right? The market was just a couple months ago a super hot seller's market. So every house had crazy bidding wars, went way over asking. It was just insane. It was almost like you won a lottery just to be able to win, have your offer be selected, right? So that's kind of where it was a couple months ago. Fast forward to today, and it's a balanced market, I would say. So what we're looking at is that.
So what does that mean, balanced?
So basically, buyers can, so homes don't stay on the market as they're not as short as what they were, at the super peak a few months ago.
Yeah.
But they're not.
Or that means where you basically put on the market and it sells within a day.
Yeah, basically. And it's not obviously these houses are sitting forever either. So there's nice, and I've been honestly waiting for this kind of market where sellers can sell, buyers can buy. And so it's this nice happy medium, right? It's nice where you can actually feel like you can get something, because it was pretty disheartening for a lot of buyers not too long ago, because they would put offers in for 30 different properties. And it was just hopefully one of them works out, that kind of thing. But now you can feel confident that you can't, assuming that's in your budget, you're not completely unrealistic, that you can actually find a home that fits your needs and you can actually go into escrow with it. And now I will say is that, when I say this market is shifting all the time, now for all we know, this market could go back to a seller's market because, what kind of shifted things a little bit was the interest rates went up. Again, at the time of this recording, obviously who knows what happens soon thereafter, but the interest rates seem to have been kind of inching back down a little bit. So who knows if this actually compels the market to shift a little bit more towards the seller side again. Again, that's just one of those kind of crazy things.
And now this tip relates to the actual process of moving. And that is, you really just need to hire professional movers door to door. So explain, I know it's expensive, but explain why in the end, it actually, not only does it cost pretty much the same when you do it yourself, considering all of the damaged property that occurs when you do it yourself, but also just the time, right? Time is money, right? So let's talk about why is it so much better just to door to door, just do it.
If it's possible. Obviously, we're not going to say that you can't do it without it, but again, it's obviously moving's tough. It's brutal. It just is what it is. And, obviously, depending on, even if you get professional movers to help, let's say, I would say that, okay, if you can't have someone to go door to door, actually pack your stuff, load it, drive it, unpack and all that stuff, obviously that can be pricey, right? That for sure. So if that's out of your price point, okay, there's other options where you kind of almost like a little hybrid model where you have them you hire movers to load your truck, you drive that truck to the destination, and then you have someone unload it. Now, that whole time frame, things can get weird because dryers can get dented, refrigerators can get scratched up, TVs can get broken, things can happen, and whose liability is it?
Yeah.
Because the mover that packed it, which you think possibly would be the person, they're going, well, we don't have control of your driving. We don't know if you're driving like a maniac. So if that was the case, why should they be responsible? So there's this kind of little bit of a weird gray area where you're in this purgatory. I don't know whose responsibility it is. But again, that can happen. So all of a sudden you're trying to save like $1,000 or so off of your move, but then you just broke $1,000 worth of just a television, basically.
Not to mention furniture that you're gonna have to buy again. Yeah.
So there is that, and then also like
the time. Talk about the time.
Oh yeah, well, and then and one thing I would add to it, like regardless of anything you do, I would say that it's really beneficial if you could find someone to help you pack.
Yeah.
Because when it's your own stuff that you're looking to pack, it's going to take you forever.
Yeah.
Because you're going, oh, what do I feel about you have these emotional attachments to these all these different like inanimate objects, and you're going, okay, I don't have time to kind of really weigh, like, do I want this? Do I want it? What does this mean to me? What memories does this bring up?
It's not even just weighing whether you want it or not. It's just being like, oh.
Yeah, you're just thinking back.
You're like lost in thought.
And I'm like, Courtney, remember this? And you're like,
and
okay.
then you like Google to look at pictures.
So you're just like off on a tangent, and like, and then you pack one box and it took you 2 hours to do it.
Yeah.
You're like, and then professional mover, or like someone that you can have to pack, they don't know your stuff. They don't care about your stuff. You obviously want them to pack it well, like so it doesn't break. But you just want to shove it in, like hopefully in a way that's like you can find it again. But yeah, it's just so much. I mean, the packing is like that's the bare minimum thing I would recommend is at least get it packed for you for sure.
And then just to add on to that, I mean, obviously time is money, and I know people they try to think, oh, I'm saving money by doing it myself, but in the process, I'm spending an extra 60 hours. Not only that, but then getting exhausted. So you're basically wasting like a week of your life. I mean, how much is that worth to you?
Unless you're like Napoleon and getting paid $1 an hour.
Oh, Napoleon Dynamite.
It's like $1 an hour.
Yeah, I guess if you get paid $1 an hour.
Maybe it's worth it.
Maybe.
But like otherwise, like, again, it's, you want to make that as streamlined as possible. Again, getting someone to pack it. Again, if you can get people to like move it, fantastic. Obviously, that's just again, it's still going to take time, but you're just trying to streamline that thing as much as possible.
And then another tip, dealing with the actual move is that it really is worth it to pay for the good boxes, and also the boxes, the wardrobe boxes, because the last thing you want is have some cheap box, everything falls out, it all breaks. I mean, it's honestly just worth it.
Yeah, and a pro tip here, honestly, go to U-Haul. I would never have thought that this is the place where you actually get like good price, like well-priced boxes. But honestly, they're like the best priced boxes, and they're sturdy, and they have a whole variety of them. They have stuff that fits TV boxes. They have wardrobe boxes. They have just a ton of different variety of boxes, and they're super reasonable and durable. So it's kind of like one of those things where you just don't want to spend too much time thinking about how I shove this thing into that. Like you want stuff done pretty fast. So I would definitely go go to U-Haul. And if you don't use all the boxes, like they're in like pristine condition, you can actually return them too. So you can actually like overbuy just to kind of like not have to make extra trips there. Bring a bunch of them, do what you have to do. And then with the wardrobe boxes in particular, what's nice is that you think about it, okay, like if you're packing, your dresses or your suits or that kind of, or like dress shirts or whatever that might be. Okay, if you pack them in a typical box, that's going to get wrinkled. So you're going, okay, do I have to now dry clean that shirt, or that dress or that suit because I packed it, terribly, or like at least hang it in a wardrobe box? Okay, it's in pretty good shape. It doesn't need all that. It's not wrinkled and messed up.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to talk about number 5 on our list, the most important thing on our list, because, if you have questions about what area is right for you, we cannot help you figure that out unless you call us.
Give us a call.
Number 5 on our list of, a tip that you need to do if you're going to move out here to Orange County, California, and that is that you have to reach out to us.
Yeah, obviously we can't help you if there's no reach out. So, you reach out to us, we kind of schedule a time to really understand what you're looking for. What are your motivations? What are your goals? Where are you working, school, like all that stuff, depending on what those things are. So I can take that and try to like find that perfect property that'll fit your needs. Again, just makes the process so much smoother because, again, we've been in that situation before where you're trying to buy an area you don't know, and you hypothesize what you're looking for, but then you may make a pretty rash decision about what you get, and then you're going, oh my gosh, if I just had someone like really that understood the area better, directing me, like at least guiding me to a spot that that makes more sense. Again, you just again, because a home, buying a home is expensive. It's one of the most expensive investments anyone has. And so you don't want to take that lightly.
And, even if you're a year out, if you're planning on renting first, I mean, Sean has people reach out to him all the time that, they're like, I'm a year out. What do I do? I mean, and he, it's just, good to start the planning process, start figuring out. I mean, you could maybe even come out here, do a trip. We have documents for all over Orange County, places to go to really, so you can get a feel of what Orange County is like.
Yeah, and actually, that kind of makes me think of another thing. We have people reach out to us, and they're like, let's say 3 months out. Well, 3 months is actually that perfect time to reach out to us right away, because again, the whole buying process between understanding the market, let's say it takes you a few weeks to a month or so to understand a little bit what's going on, then viewing properties and then going into escrow and then closing. That's about 3 months. So so if you're 3 months out, you want to reach out to us right away. So that's just another thing to let you know.
So that's it. That's our video.
And again, as much as we do love making these videos, what we love more is to help you with your real estate needs, because we are licensed realtors in the state of California. So whether you're looking to buy or sell a home, what you want to do is you want to give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email.
Or you can reach out to us via WhatsApp. However you want to get a hold of us, we've got your back.